We often use physical appearance to assess a person, though it tends to become less important the more a person gets to know someone. When people have attractive personalities, we tend to view them as physically attractive. When we perceive that a person is similar to us, we tend to assume that the person will like us. This is based on the similarity thesis, where various similarities help us to feel validated. Differences can be useful in relationships when those differences are complementary, filling in where the other is lacking. We assess people based on desirable outcomes we believe to be possible, and hope that those outcomes outweigh any costs associated with the relationship. Thus, we compare a person and their potential rewards to the potential rewards of others. We often desire to gain additional skills from others who are more competent than we are, but we can be intimidated by those who far surpass our level of skills. Flaws, then, make us feel comfortable. When people are in our lives on a regular basis, they feel familiar and close. We tend to develop relationships with those people because of their proximity to us. Disclosing information about ourselves to another helps to establish a trusting relationship if that level and type of disclosure is returned appropriately. The stages of relationship development often mimic the process of ascending and descending a staircase, where we come together as a pair, with the potential of coming apart again later as individuals. Instead of coming apart, many relationships remain at the top of the staircase in the relationship maintenance area. When two people first begin a relationship, it starts in the initiating phase, a superficial phase where the individuals indicate interest. As relationships move beyond superficiality, individuals try to find commonalities and ease into a relationship by determining shared interests. In the often brief intensifying stage of relationship development, it begins to feel more personal, and often feels exciting. When individuals feel integrated, they identify as some sort of unit together, and develop routines, a sense of obligation to one another, feel more comfortable being straightforward with one another, expect more, and often confirm the relationship on social media. Relationships that reach the bonding stage are expressed through symbolic, often public gestures to demonstrate that bond and relationship to others. This doesn't always have to be romantic in nature, but does represent a turning point in the relationship. Individuals who reach the differentiating stage of the relationship begin to re-establish their own individual identities, which can help both parties to feel like individuals, and not just part of the pair. The circumscribing phase is characterized by less contact between parties, which can be problematic if more separation occurs. The stagnating phase finds the relationship in a very stale state, where joyful energy is largely absent. Further distance occurs in the avoiding stage, where individuals become increasingly detached, antagonistic, or start to view the other person unfavorably. These behaviors tend to cycle. The terminating phase can be a short or long phase, depending on the type of dialogue the individuals have about their relationship. Many tensions exist in relationships, where a person feels the desire to do or have one thing, but also its exact opposite. For example, a person might wish to be very connected to their significant other, but also wants autonomy, resulting in a difficult balance to maintain. In order to manage the dialectical tensions of a relationship, there are several strategies to employ. These strategies include denying certain tensions, not confronting exposed issues, alternating between opposing tensions, and trying to compartmentalize aspects of the relationship. Additional strategies include trying to balance the tensions, integrating without diminishing tensions, reframing the tensions, and accepting the associated challenges. All messages have some relational dimension, which indicates how the communicator feels about the person they are communicating with. Referring to other communication instances is one way that people in relationships communicate, which can be problematic. Strategies for maintaining a relationship include being positive, open, reassuring, and sharing tasks in social networks. Maintaining relationships can also hinge on the types of social, emotional, information, and instrumental support a person provides the other. Sometimes, damage occurs in a relationship due to a transgression, where one person lets the other down in some way. The transgressions that can be committed in a relationship can vary, from minor to significant, social to relational, deliberate to unintentional, and occurring often or just once. If transgressions occur, individuals can talk about it, ask questions, try to remain non-defensive, apologize, and make sure their actions and behaviors match their words. If a person can forgive another's transgression, it can create a more positive relationship, but it can be difficult to achieve.